Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Wonderfully Made. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. Today I have for you a review and demo using the Maybelline The City Mini Palette by Makeup Shayla. Now this palette was released on Friday at midnight, and by the time I woke up it was sold out. But I happened to have seen it in my local Ulta, so you know I had to pick it up and put it to use as quickly as possible so that when it is officially released in stores, you guys can either pick it up or at least have some information to determine whether or not you want to pick it up. So yes, if you want to hear my thoughts about this eyeshadow palette, and if you want to see how I created this look using this palette, then please stay tuned. But yes, this is the City Mini Eyeshadow Palette. This is what the packaging looks like. It is basically a cardboard casing, and the palette just slides in the cardboard casing, and it says the City Mini Palette by Shayla, and I think that is her signature there. On the back of the cardboard, there's a cartoon face here of Shayla, and I'm guessing this is an eye look that she created using this palette. The colors in this palette are beautiful. I certainly agree with her that these colors will complement just about every skin tone. So I used every single shade in this palette to create this eyeshadow look. I didn't use any eyeshadows from any other palette. This eyeshadow palette has 6 eyeshadows in it, and this is what the colors look like. Shayla said that her favorite colors are golds and purples when it comes to eyeshadows, and of course this eyeshadow palette has golds and purples. These 2 shades right here, now this shade of course is definitely a true purple satin shade, and this shade right here is like a berry brown shade, but you can certainly see the purple undertones in it. This is a true gold. This is almost like a bronzy gold. This shade is a cream shade, but it definitely has some pink undertones in it, and this is your black shade. And so I am going to swatch all of these for you. And I'm swatching from the black this way. So this is the black shade. This is that matte berry brown shade. I'm calling it a berry brown, if that makes sense. But that's that shade. And then the third shade is that bronzy gold shade. And I'm going to swatch a little bit more of that bronzy gold shade just so that you can see it a little bit better. I hope my lighting isn't washing it out too much. So now I'm going to swatch the top row, and I'm going to get all of these shades. So first I'm going to swatch that satin purple shade. And that's what that looks like. And this shade is a true gold shade. And then the last shade is that, ooh, was flaking a little bit. But yeah, this last shade is that cream highlight shade, which on the eyes, you can definitely see a little bit of pink undertones in it. But I love it for the brow bone. And as I'm swatching it, it's swatching very matte. But I felt when I put it on my eyes that it almost had a bit of sheen to it. But swatching it, it feels completely matte. So I don't know. I don't know. So these are all of the colors swatched. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I do know that I'm just going to get started. I do know that the first shade I'm going to use is this berry shade right here. It's a berryish, almost reddish brown shade, and it is matte. And so I am going to use that color in my crease as a transitional shade. Okay, and I see that this is definitely a pigmented shade, so. And if I didn't say it already, my eyes are already primed and ready to go. And I am using a MAC 213 brush. And I did deposit the majority of the color on the outer third of my eyes. And I am just using windshield wiper motions to sweep it across my crease. Now for the other side, and as you can see, it is very pigmented. Way more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. This color is very opaque. Now I will say, I like the color, I like the pigmentation. I'm loving how opaque the color is. I mean, it's pretty much true to color as it is in the palette on the eye, but it is not very, well, I don't want to say it's not blendable because it is blending, but it doesn't move around as smoothly and as easily as some other eyeshadows that I own. But that being said, it's still a very nice shade, and it is blending. It is blending out. So I think I'm going to create somewhat of a variation of the look that Makeup Shayla created on her YouTube channel. And so I'm going to go in with this gold shade right here all over the lid. Oh, love it. I love this shade. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty. It's almost a coppery gold shade. Love it. And do you guys see how pigmented this color is? It's very pigmented. It's going on very smoothly. And when I'm telling you, the color that is in the eyeshadow pan is what is showing up on my eyes. Oh my goodness, I am loving this shade. And of course, because I have hooded eyes, I always have to bring my eyeshadows above the crease or above where my eyes actually fold when I open them, where my lids actually fold rather. Love that. And then I'm just going to kind of blend that into that berry shade. Oh, I love the way this blends with that berry shade. It almost makes it look like a duochrome type of shade. I'm really liking that. I'm going to add a little bit more of that berry color right into this outer V area. I do have some fallout, but not too bad. Now I'm going to take this flat liner brush and I'm going to use the black to line my top lash line. Now I will say I wish I had an angled eyeshadow brush to use, but I don't have one right in front of me, so I'm just using what is convenient for now. Now I am glad that she put a black eyeshadow in this palette, even though it's not the blackest of blacks that I have in terms of eyeshadow. It really is a nice black shadow, and I like the way it is lining my eyes. And I'm just creating a very light, very small wing. And so I'm going to do the other side now. And I'm just sweeping that black eyeshadow as close to the lash line as I can. Just smudging it all across my top lash line. Definitely have some fallout. For my inner tear duct area, let me just do this. For the inner third of my eyes, I'm going to take this lighter gold shade right there and just place that in the inner third. This is beautiful. Now this is a true gold shade. It is beautiful. Oh, I love this shade. And this is certainly right up my alley, especially lately. I have really been going for this type of look here lately, so I am loving this so far. Okay, so now I'm going to take some more of that berry shade, but this time with a fluffier brush, just to sweep that into the transitional area. So now I'm going to take this purple shade right here. I saw that Makeup Shayla used this on her lower lash line in her video on her YouTube channel, and so that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, and it's showing up. I was concerned. I was wondering whether or not this shade would actually show up on me because, I don't know, it's a satin shade. It's very pretty, but it almost looks as if it's not going to actually show up on my skin tone. But, yeah, it's definitely showing up. You can see the color very well. And for my brow bone, I am going to take this shade right here. This shade has some pink undertones in it, but still it's a very nice brow bone shade. And it definitely has a satin finish. And I'm not going to add any product to this brush, but I am going to blend that highlight shade out. But let me go ahead and finish my face, and I will be right back to give you guys my overall opinion and thoughts about this eyeshadow palette. Okay, so let me tell you, this eyeshadow palette is amazing for $10. This eyeshadow palette costs $9.99. and I believe it's worth every penny, even more than $10. These eyeshadows are really good. Now, that being said, let me say that the burgundy shade, that brownish burgundy shade, I don't know if these colors have names. I think these colors have names, but I can't see them because I don't have my eyeglasses on. You definitely want to gradually build that shade because it definitely, it's blendable, but it doesn't blend or move around as easily as I would like it to, but it does blend out. But because I started off with so much of it, it took a little extra time blending it out, but it does blend out. The black shade is not your blackest black, okay? It is not the blackest black of eyeshadows, okay? But it is a nice black. I do like the way it just smoked out the, you know, top portion of my upper lash line, almost creating a tight line look. I do like it for that. And I also feel had I wanted to create a smoky eye with this black, I could have done that easily. And so I do like the black. Those metallic shades though, they are A1. They are pigmented, they are opaque, they blend out like a dream, they are pretty much true to color from the pan to the eye. Love those metallic and satin shades. They are certainly the hits of the palette. But for $10, Makeup Shayla, you and Maybelline, y'all did that, okay? I love this eyeshadow palette. And let me say that I went in a bit skeptical, because when Maybelline first came out with, I think it was that nude eyeshadow palette, I can't remember the name of it, but I purchased that eyeshadow palette and it did absolutely nothing. The colors had absolutely no pigmentation, and that palette actually made me not want anything from Maybelline. And so I actually do not have any other Maybelline products. And so now, because of this palette, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit encouraged now to try more of Maybelline products, and maybe I will go out and buy a bunch of Maybelline products and do a one brand review and demo for you guys. But yes, my overall thoughts about this Makeup by Shayla palette is that it's a winner in my opinion. $10, you can't beat that with a stick. I absolutely love this palette. And I know that Makeup Shayla said that she wanted to create something that was, you know, appropriate for daytime as well as, you know, for an evening look. And I believe that you certainly can use these more nude, neutral colors like the gold and this shade right here to create a more neutral look. You certainly can. You don't have to go as deep as I did in the outer V area of my eyes, but love it, love it, love it. And with that being said, I did not forget about you guys. So I did pick up 2 of these eyeshadow palettes, one of which will be included in a fabulous giveaway as soon as I reach the 1,000 subscriber milestone. And we are getting close. We're building our little YouTube family, and I'm so appreciative and excited about that. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for your support and for watching these videos that I am posting. I really appreciate it. If you stumbled upon my channel for the first time, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can keep up with what I have going on this channel, and feel free to check out any of my previous videos that I have posted so that you can, you know, become more acquainted with the types of videos that I like to post on this channel. With that being said, as always, remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, and He loves you. And I'll see you in the next video.